Good evening and welcome into Wild Health Field for another Legends baseball game here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. I'm Michael Watkins here with you as we get you set for another meeting between the Lexington Legends and the Wild Health Genomes. Looking at the two lineups for the game tonight, and what was supposed to be a 6-game series was trimmed down to 5 as these two teams get ready to close out this 5-game stand. Tonight for the Genomes, who will be the visiting team on the scoreboard, they'll have Teodoro Martinez leading things off, followed up by the second baseman, Jimmy Paredes. How about Paredes? Guy can play all over the field for the Genomes. At third base, Moises Sierra batting third. Batting fourth, it'll be Chris Shaw playing first base. The DH batting fifth, going to be Davis. Batting sixth, playing in right field, Felix P.A. Batting seventh, going to be Chase Vallot. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Anderson Miller. And batting ninth, playing short, it'll be Clayton Melbauer. On the mound tonight for the Genomes, it'll be Scott taking the mound to take on the Lexington Legends, who have been unable to kind of figure out the Genomes this year. Lexington just continues to struggle, have struggled all season long, and especially in this series. For Lexington tonight, it's a good lineup to try to find your way here tonight. And we'll let Bill Salee tell you who's going to be in the lineup tonight for the Legends, starting out with center fielder Boog Powell. The Moorhead Mavericks, your Field of Dreams team, as those youngsters get to head out onto the field and be side by side with the Lexington Legends. I like the colors of that team, the colors of the Legends. So we come back to action here, getting you set for first pitch. And should be another fun one here at the ballpark tonight. Wild Health Field, first pitch just moments away here on the Legends YouTube channel. David LeBron making his fourth start for the Lexington Legends. LeBron this season, an 0-2 record, a 9.31 ERA. He's pitched 9 2/3 innings. Legends will need him to give them more tonight in his start as they want to end the losing to the Wild Health Genomes. New pitcher, or to the new catcher for LeBron is going to be Estrada, the newly signed Lexington legend. Estrada made it up to single A and now making his way here to Lexington, taking over the starting duties here tonight. Blake Swihart on the injured list. Pete Yorgan getting a day off, and the Legends still trying to find a replacement. You know, Jose Brasino was the starter to start the season. He was called up, had his contract purchased by a major league team, so still trying to find somebody to fill in that void that Brasino left. He was a really good player, a big piece of that championship team last year. So that's still the position the Legends are trying to fill. And tonight it's Estrada. We'll see how he does both behind the plate, catching LeBron, and at the plate. So the Genomes will start things off with Teodoro Martinez, who's batting .220 on the season. Good athletic defensive left fielder's got really good speed. And he leads things off for the Genomes, who will have the sky blue, that baby blue uniform on, the bright pink. Gotta love the colors of the Genomes uniforms here at Wild Health Field. Wild Health Genomes taking on the Lexington Legends here in the game number 5 of a 5-game set. LeBron starts the game off with a strike and then immediately gets the count to go to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Genomes left fielder, Teodoro Martinez, Paredes, and Sierra, the 1-2-3 part of the lineup here, leading things off for the Wild Health Genomes. Martinez going after one there. Cannot make contact, and the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Michael Watkins here with you on the call today as we bring you game number 5 of this 5-game series. Weekend series will start tomorrow as the Legends and the Genomes make their way into the second half of the season. One and two. LeBron will get the sign and deliver. This one hit hard in the left center field. Boog Powell backing up, and a routine fly ball for the Legends center fielder. Powell was ejected in the game Tuesday night in the top of the 9th inning for arguing balls and strikes, but he was arguing strikes that his team weren't getting. Had Austin Adams in the game in what was a really intense top of the 9th inning. Powell did not like the non-call as Jimmy Paredes destroys one into right field but pulls it foul as the count goes 0-1. But Powell was arguing for his teammate Adams, and from center field said something that Darnell Ray heard and didn't like and ejected Powell, who made his way closer to home plate to finish off his argument before making his way into the showers early Tuesday evening. One ball, one strike, one down here in the top half of the first inning as Jimmy Paredes takes one inside and the count jumps to 1-2. Gotta love the fire of Boog Powell. And I'll tell you what, all 6'7" of Darnell Ray, I would not want to mess with Boog Powell that evening. Here's the 1-2. Grounder down the first base. The ever defensive first baseman Tejeda, who's been tremendous this year at first base, makes another pretty good defensive play. Makes that play look routine for out number 2. I think that's the most impressive thing about the Legends first baseman Tejeda. He's been pretty consistent this year. Has played in almost every game since being a part of the roster. As Moises Sierra digs in, 292 average, 6 home runs, 28 RBI. But going back to Tejeda, the defense that he's played at first is one of the biggest reasons why the Legends had the success that they did have in the first half. Tejeda did struggle at the plate at times throughout the first half of the season, but he made up for it in the field of play. One ball, one strike. Sierra awaiting the pitch from LeBron. He'll foul this one off as the count goes 1-2. And speaking of the bat from Tejeda, he was hot early in this series. Hit 2 home runs in a game Monday night and then another home run on Tuesday as he tries to find his swing here in the early part of the second half of the season. You see microphone Mike there in the back of the shot. He'll have the G&J Pepsi update between the first innings here. Top of the first and bottom of the first. That pitch taken from Sierra as he sees the count go to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Moises, an .894 OPS, 6 home runs on the season. And he'll go down swinging here as LeBron gets him a 1-2-3, top of the first, just the way you drew it up if you're a Legends fan. We go to the bottom half of the first inning here live in Lexington at Wild Hill Field on the Legends YouTube channel.
Scoring. Scott on a rundown, or is it?
Howard hits this one, the rocket, and diving catch.
They're going to throw home, he's safe. The throw to first, he's safe. Throw to first, and placed right at the second baseman. Wave us up one, over to first, double play. There's a little bouncer to second. Nope, stay in shape. This is a little bouncer, going to be a tough play. And they lose it, and he's going to be safe, and the run's going to score. 2-2 pitch. Hit well. Hit deep. Hit high. It's fair. It's gone. Home run.
Bottom of the first inning now due up for the Legends. Boog Powell, Brandon Phillips, and Courtney Hawkins, the 1-2-3 for Lexington as we get things set here in the bottom half of the first. Legends are 0-2 to start the second half of the season, losing all 4 games thus far in this series, this being the 5th game between these two teams in this 5-game stand. And overall, in now 22 meetings between these two teams, so far the Genomes 15-6 against the current and defending ALPB champions. Boog Powell will take one outside. .295 on the season for Lexington center fielder as he faces off against Robbie Scott. Scott a 5.27 ERA. Lefty-lefty matchup with Powell, and the 2-0 is high and a little bit outside. 3 balls, no strikes, as the Legends look to get their leadoff man aboard. 3-0 count to Boog Powell. 7 home runs, 23 RBI. Boog Powell, a tremendous defensive center fielder. If this guy can get on base, he can create some havoc. A pitch taken for a strike as it catches the plate. Powell, just 29 years of age, coming into his own as a baseball player here at the professional level. He'll foul that one off. He was tremendous last year in the ALPB, and when the Legends lost Cole Sturgeon, knew they had to find a replacement that could fill that role both in the field and at the plate. And you won't find many better center fielders than Boog Powell out there in the ALPB. Powell will coax the walk to lead things off. And the Legends leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the first inning. So Brandon Phillips comes to the plate. BP, 1 home run this year. Hasn't played in many games for the Legends. Coming into this series, the former big leaguer Brandon Phillips had played in just 6 games. Now, he's played in a couple of games in the series, but that pitch taken. A ball and a strike to BP. Phillips' 1 home run was hit on his birthday a couple of weeks ago. Celebrated with a home run and a fun game. Swing and a miss, make it 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brandon Phillips. Scott will check on Boog Powell at first as BP awaits the 1-2. He'll ground it over to second base. Will be hard to turn to, and they know better. They won't even try it as Jimmy Paredes sees Boog Powell slide into second base. Phillips will move a runner over on the ground ball. That'll bring up the Hawk, Courtney Hawkins, 24 home runs on the season, a .312 average for the Legends left fielder, who has been tremendous this season. Hawkins has been tremendous his entire time in Lexington. Former first-round draft pick in the Major League Baseball draft. Will bat with a runner in scoring position and a chance to give Lexington an early lead. And he will do just that. First pitch Hawkins sees. He will deliver one to Georgetown, Kentucky, as he goes way over the left field wall. And the Legends take a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first. A no-doubter, as many are when they come off the bat of the Hawk, as he again soars one over left field. And Lexington leads 2-0 here in the first inning. Had to bring up Isaias Tejeda for the Legends, as he bats here in the bottom of the first inning. One ball, no strikes to Tejeda as he bats here in the bottom of the first. Base is empty. Legends 2-0 over the Genomes here in the first inning. Scott sees his pitch go on the outside corner. A nicely placed pitch to get the count even and a ball and a strike. Tillman Pugh still trying to find his rhythm this season in the on-deck circle for Lexington. And then to follow will be Phillip Irvin, the right fielder. Pugh, the DH, once again tonight. One ball, one strike. Scott's pitch swung on and missed by Tejeda as the count goes to 1-2. Tejeda, 11 home runs on the year. Scott will reset on the mound, and the one ball, two strike pitch to Tejeda is fouled off as the count goes back or goes to stay. Will stay at 1-2. One ball, two strikes. Tillman Pugh in the on-deck circle again. The Legends trying to get off the schneid in the early part of the second half of the season and try to get rid of some of this bad juju against the Wild Health Genomes, who are 15-6 against the Legends this year. One ball, two strikes. Scott's pitch is outside as the count now even, 2-2. Tejeda digs in. Scott will get the sign, and the 2-2 pitch. Outside now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count, Tejeda working it in his favor. Following the home run from Hawkins that gives the Legends that early lead. See if Tejeda can get aboard and keep the momentum going. The payoff pitch is swung on and missed, and down swinging will go Tejeda for the second out of the inning. How to bring up Tillman Pugh. Pugh again in the DH role tonight, batting .270, 8 home runs, 32 RBI. Not a bad season for your typical ALPB player, but after the career or after the year that Pugh had last season, trying to find that groove once again. Oh, 0-1 count to Pugh as Scott will deliver. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one to Tillman Pugh. Nobody on, 2 down as Pugh takes one on the inside. 2 balls and a strike. Phillip Irvin in the on-deck circle for the Legends. Again, the base is empty, and Scott working against Tillman Pugh. Legends already in front, 2-0, looking for more. The 2-1 pitch, Pugh will let it go by on the outside corner, and the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 from Scott. Pugh will go down swinging. So a 2-run blast from Courtney Hawkins gives Lexington a 2-0 lead after one. We go to the second inning here live at Wild Hill Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Chris Shaw will lead things off as we go to the top of the second inning for the Wild Health Genomes. It'll be Shaw, Davis, and PA. First pitch, outside, ball one. Genomes and the Legends here at Wild Health Field. Game number 5 of a 5-game set. Had 2 games on Monday. Supposed to have 2 games yesterday. That got knocked down to just the 11 a.m. start. And then a game here on Tuesday and a game here tonight as well to wrap up this series. Shaw will swing through and see the count go to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Michael Watkins here with you on this Tuesday night, or Thursday night. Get my days mixed up. I was here on Tuesday as well. Two the count for Chris Shaw. As LeBron, after a 1-2-3 top of the first, looking to keep his momentum, and Shaw will ground foul down the first base line here at Wild Health Field. Legends and Genomes squaring off in what should be a big game for both of these teams, really. The Legends have just been unable to figure out their in-stadium counterpart this year. In 21 meetings, the Genomes 15-6 on the season against the Legends. As LeBron will get Shaw to swing through for the strikeout. Second strikeout of the game for LeBron here in the early part of the second inning. It'll bring up Chris Davis, the DH. Davis making his debut this series. The former Atlantic League Professional Baseball home run king from a couple of years ago. First game in a Genomes uniform, and this could be a big deal for the Genomes as they try to make a run here in the second half of the season. A guy you can put in the middle of the order who can do some damage. And he'll bat with a 1-0 count against LeBron, make it a ball and a strike. One and one the count to Davis. He'll foul that one off as the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Davis played up in the major leagues with the Oakland A's. Spent some time with the Milwaukee Brewers as well. That's where he was the home run champ. He had 48 home runs in Oakland in 2018. So, yeah, the former Atlantic League home run king. Now here at the Wild Health Genomes, he'll face a 1-2 count and swing through as LeBron strikes out the third straight batter. And that's a big one there as you get Davis down. Davis hit 221 home runs during his 9-year career. Again, that started back in 2013 and wrapped up last year with 20 games for the Oakland A's. So 2 down in the inning, both via the strikeout, and that'll bring up Felix PA. PA hit a big home run on Tuesday night to help the Genomes defeat Lexington in game number 3 of this 5-game series. The Genomes 4-0 during this stand against Lexington here as those games began on Monday, 4th of July. Some fireworks here at the ballpark and 2 really good baseball games with the Genomes winning both. 1 ball, 1 strike. PA hit that, I think it was a 2-run home run late in the game against the Legends over the Pepsi party deck in right field. Help secure that victory. He'll swing through here as the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. LeBron's 1-2 pitch. PA down swinging. How about David LeBron striking out the side in order? Down 1-2-3 go Shaw, Davis, and PA, and we go to the bottom half of the second inning with the Legends on top 2-0 at Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Philip Irvin will lead things off for the Legends. How about the job of Judith producing tonight? Great job, as always. Appreciate her getting the job done on this Thursday night at Wild Health Field. Legends and the Genomes here tonight, as Philip Irvin will face off against Robbie Scott and Montreal Marshall in the on-deck circle for the Legends. First pitch outside, ball one. Irvin, Marshall, Geraldo, the 6, 7, and 8 part of the order, batting in this inning to lead things off for the Lexington Legends, who are on top 2-0 here in the bottom half of the second inning. Pitch across, Odin did not catch the plate. 2 balls, no strikes to Irvin. Philip, another one of those guys that has shown flashes this season, but he's batting .242, 6 home runs, 30 RBI, a .766 OPS. Scott's pitch over the inside corner. It's 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 to Irvin. Hit hard into right field. That one looks like it might be trouble, but Anderson Miller says, don't worry, I got this, and he'll haul it in right center field. So 1 down for Marshall, base is empty. Montreal this year batting .256, 31 ribbies, 5 home runs to boot. He'll bat here in the bottom of the second against Robbie Scott. 4-5 on the year for Scott, an ERA now of .550. And Marshall will ground this one foul down the third base line. Always good to hang out with Keith and Hugh and Bill and all the folks up here in the booth. No matter what Steve and Tom say, I am their favorite broadcaster. 0-1 count to Marshall. Tom Gross and Steve Tressler. 2 of the other voices you'll hear calling games throughout the season. Tom was with you here yesterday. Steve will have the weekend series beginning tomorrow night. 1 ball, 1 strike to Montreal Marshall. The 1-1 outside, now 2-1. The Legends this year still trying to find that magic they had last season. ALPB champs and were really fun all year long. They put up an insane amount of runs throughout the season. This one's going to be hit over down the first base line. Chris Shaw unable to get to it as it gets out of play. Legends battling here as they try to get their first win of the second half of the season. On Tuesday was the first game of the second half of the year. So far, the Genomes 2-0. Legends 0-2 now. 2-2 to Montreal Marshall, as Scott will get the sign and deliver. And Marshall will foul it off. Off of the Big League Roofing roofs. For all your roofing needs, be sure to give our friends at Big League Roofs a call. You can look them up online, find them on Facebook. It's Big League Roofing. Montreal Marshall awaits the pitch from Scott and delivers it outside, so the count now full 3-2, and a good at-bat brewing here with Montreal Marshall. Younger cousin of Brandon Phillips and P.J. Phillips, the Legends manager. Baby Cuz had some big games this year. Scott delivers the full count. And another foul ball, this one down the left field line. The Genomes now trailing 2-0 here in the second inning. Montrell Marshall with the bases empty and one down, awaiting the pitch from Scott. And it'll be ball 4. Marshall, after a great at-bat, will coax the walk. And now with one down, the Legends have a runner aboard for Manuel Geraldo. Geraldo will bat with Marshall aboard. One down, one on for the Legends shortstop. Manuel this year a .270 average as he fouls this one off. A pair of home runs and 11 RBI for Geraldo. Geraldo playing in his 46th game for the Legends this year. He's got 2 RBI in this series thus far. Trying to get on base himself as that one's taken, and Marshall will advance up to second base on the call strike to Geraldo. So 0-2 the count. Manuel now a chance to drive in his 3rd RBI of this series and 12th RBI on the season. Runner in scoring position is Montrell Marshall at second base. He's got some good speed. Marshall, a good athlete. Estrada in the on-deck circle as Geraldo will ground it over to Scott back on the mound, and Scott will throw it away. Scott kind of nonchalantly just tossed that one over to first to Chris Shaw. And in doing so, kind of left it short. Shaw had to kind of check out the replay here. You see Scott, he chases the ball back and just kind of like lobs it over to Shaw, who was expecting kind of a more, I guess, ferocious throw over. And it gets past him and allows the runners to advance up. So now Marshall at third, Geraldo safely at second on the E1. So now Estrada bats with a chance to get himself a pair of RBI in his first game in a Legends uniform. First pitch, a called strike to the Legends catcher. One down, 2 on. Both runners in scoring position. Marshall at third, Geraldo at second for the Legends. Scott hurting himself with that error. But there was a nice pitch here on the breaking ball, a 71-mile-per-hour curveball that gets a swing and a miss from Estrada. And the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Infield in for the Genomes as Estrada awaits, and he will swing through for strike 3. Ball got away for a moment from Valo, but he's able to track it down and throw down to first to secure the strikeout. 3rd strikeout of the game for Robbie Scott. So that brings back to the plate the leadoff man, Boog Powell, who walked his first time up for the Legends. Still 2 on, but now 2 down for Lexington here in the second inning. As the clouds start to creep in over top of Wild Health Field here at the ballpark. Powell awaits the first pitch of the at-bat as Scott gets the sign from Valo. First pitch. Fouled off down the first base line, and the third base coach having to duck out of the way. 0-1 count to Boog Powell. Brandon Phillips in the on-deck circle for the Legends as they look to add to an already 2-0 lead in the second inning. Powell awaits the 0-1. Scott's pitch is hit right back up the middle. That'll drive in one, might drive in two. Geraldo will come in to score as Miller kind of bobbles it out in his glove in center field. And a 2 RBI single for Boog Powell. So the Legends starting to get some offense going here. A 4-0 lead for Brandon Phillips to come to the plate, who grounded out to second base his first time around. The Legends second baseman. Batting just .207. Again, not a ton of ABs for Phillips, who is playing in just his, I think, 8th game of the year. Robbie Scott checks on Boog Powell at first, delivers a pitch. It's outside for ball one, a 1-0 count to Powell. Valdespin, the first base coach tonight for Lexington. As Phillips awaits the 1-0. Pitch grounded over to short. Melbauer will come up, and he'll throw over in time for the third out of the inning. But the Legends have scored 2 in the first and strike with 2 more in the second. It's 4-0 as we go to the third here at Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. We come back to action here in the top of the third inning. Legends with a 4-0 lead. And at the plate, Chase Velo leading things off for the Wild Health Genomes. It's Velo, Miller, and Melbauer, the 7, 8, 9 part of the order. Batting here for the Genomes. And Velo with a hard hit ball into right field. Phillip Irvin will haul that one in about 2 feet shy of the wall. Brings up Anderson Miller from our Lafayette General from right here in Lexington. Miller with the bases empty, facing off against LeBron. The first pitch, a called strike one. Before that flyout by Velo, LeBron had struck out 4 straight batters, all of them swinging. Pitch coming inside, a ball and a strike. One and one the count to Miller, who's batting .266 on the season. And a couple of games here under the belt for both of these two teams in the second half of the season. A 2-0 record thus far for the Genomes and an 0-2 record for the Legends, as the Genomes have had their way with the Legends in the first 21 games. These two teams, these two franchises have faced one another. 1-2 pitch to Miller, and he'll go down looking. So Clayton Melbauer now comes to the plate, and he'll swing through for a strike. 5th strikeout of the game thus far for LeBron, who does not look like a guy that has an ERA over 7. He's pitched really well here, making his way through this lineup the first time through, and he's quickly hit 0-2 to Melbauer. The Genome shortstop with an 0-2 count as LeBron will get the sign from Estrada. A little confusion there between the two, and Melbauer will hit one hard into right center field. That one's going to get down for the first hit of the game for the Genomes. Boog Powell will play it off the wall, and you could see the confusion there between LeBron and Estrada. The first time that these two guys, to my knowledge, have been pitcher and catcher together. So it takes a while to kind of get that communication lined out, and again, you can see right now Estrada kind of shrugging his way to his pitcher, and LeBron kind of patting himself on the chest to say my bad on the confusion there. So first hit of the game for the Genomes is a double by Melbauer. We go back to the top of the order with Teodoro Martinez, the left fielder. See how LeBron does with a base runner on for the first time tonight. First pitch taken for a ball, and now Estrada will come out and talk to his pitcher again. You could see the confusion, just, what are we calling here? These two guys trying to get on the same page. Now the home plate umpire comes out to get in on the conversation. Might just be deciding where they're going to have dinner afterward. Hugh and Keith and I and Bill might be joining us. We're going to hit up the Huddle House for the midnight special. Hugh Davis said he's got the tab tonight, so that's always good. Hugh, when's the last time you stayed up till midnight? Ball gets past Estrada, down in the dirt, and that will allow Melbauer to advance up to third base. So Genomes threatening here to put their first run on the board. Hugh Davis is the official scorekeeper at the ballpark. He's the guy that decides whether it's a hit or an error, or I guess decides where we're eating at for dinner sometimes as well. So it's 2-0 to Martinez. Yeah, the Parquet's no more. It's closed down. 3-0 the count as Teodoro Martinez tries to find his way here at the plate. A .217 average on the season. Flew out to center field in his first at-bat. So 0 for 1 today. And he'll get aboard with a leadoff or with a 2-out walk. And just when we were bragging on LeBron for kind of just making his way easily through the first through the lineup for the first time, he's given up a 2-out double, a wild pitch allowing a runner to move over, and now a walk gives the Genomes runners at the corners. For Jimmy Paredes. Paredes swings through on the first pitch for strike one. Paredes will foul this one off down the left field line as the count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Paredes. Over at first, Teodoro Martinez. Melbauer at third for the Genomes. LeBron has been in command to this point as Paredes will foul it off again. But a chance here for the Genomes to cut into that deficit. Nothing in 2 to Paredes. LeBron checks the runner, and he'll throw a pitch inside. Paredes ducks out of the way. Jimmy playing over at second base. We've seen him in the outfield. We've seen him at third, at second. This guy has played some DH at time this year. Just a great athlete is Jimmy Paredes, and a pretty darn good baseball player as well. 1-2 the count. LeBron's pitch swung on and missed. Another strikeout for LeBron. 6 of them now in the ball game through 3 innings. And the Legends holding on to a 4-0 lead as we go to the bottom half of the third here live on the Legends YouTube channel. Courtney Hawkins will lead things off here as we get things started in the bottom half of the third inning for the Legends. Hawkins, 25 home runs on the season after a 2-run absolute launch bomb in the first inning. You know, when Hawkins hits a home run, you almost feel bad for the baseball with the velocity that it leaves the park. Yeah, it's like that scene in the Angels in the outfield where the ball leaves and the leather just like literally falls off the baseball. That's what it looks like when Hawkins hits one over the wall. So it's 25 home runs, 65 RBI, driving in Boog Powell and then getting an RBI for himself in that 2-run home run. Hawkins, another one that's hit hard. This one not going to be nearly as far as it's hit up high in the air, but gets out of play nonetheless. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the Legends left fielder. Hawkins trying to separate himself from the rest of the Atlantic League. .25 home runs, now 2 ahead of Kelly Dugan and Franco from York. Dugan playing for Lancaster. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hawkins takes a pitch outside as the count evened up now 2-2. The Hawks' 63 RBIs are 3rd on the season in the ALPB behind Franco and Dugan. Those 3 guys at the top of the list in both of those categories. The 2-2 pitch, Hawkins takes one, and my goodness, what an eye from Hawkins as he takes one that just does miss the outside corner. Count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hawkins leading things off here in the bottom half of the third inning. Courtney awaits the payoff pitch, and it's hit hard into right field. That one a high fly ball that will hang in the air and eventually make its way out of play past the Mattress Overstock stables. It's now 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 the count. Scott gets the pitch, and Hawkins will go down looking. Did not like the strike 3 call, but nonetheless, Courtney Hawkins down on strikes. So now it's Tejeda batting. He'll take a first pitch ball out of the zone. Tejeda, then Pugh for the Legends due up to cap off this inning unless they can get aboard and move this inning along. Hawkins striking out is the, I think, 4th strikeout of the game for Scott. He struck out Tejeda the first time around, struck out Pugh his first time up, got Estrada, and then they're striking out Hawkins for strikeout number 4 of the ball game. 1-1 the count as Tejeda takes one out of the zone, and after an 0-1 start, it's now 2 balls, 1 strike. Scott's 2-1 delivery inside, and Tejeda jumps ahead 3-1. Here in the bottom half of the third, live on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. These 2 teams sharing the ballpark, sharing the YouTube channel, but not sharing the success here at the ballpark, especially when it comes to facing off against one another. Genomes 15-6 on the year against the Legends, but Lexington with a good start to this game, a 4-0 lead, and now a 5-pitch walk to Tejeda puts a runner on here in the bottom of the third. Brings up Tillman Pugh, who struck out swinging his first time up. Tillman again trying to, I'm not going to call it a slump. I mean, this guy's one of the top hitters, top threats in the ALPB, but still trying to find his way here in this 2022 season. First pitch to Pugh is taken outside. He gets ahead 1-0. Tejeda gets a good lead off of first as Pugh pops one up. That one's going to get foul. That one might reach the big league roofing roofs, and it will. So quickly, the count now 1-1 to the Legends DH. One and one to Pugh. That pitch taken on the inside corner, so it's quickly back in the favor of Robbie Scott. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two and two. Pugh taking one out of the zone here. Let's see if he can get aboard and follow the actions of Tejeda with a walk with 1 down in the inning. 1 on, 1 down for Pugh. Scott's 2-2 pitch is popped up. That one's going to be playable. Shaw right on the line and behind first base will make the catch for the second out of the inning. Tillman Pugh now 0 for 2 in the game. Oh, oh, I'm the one, oh. See, that's what you don't get with Steve and Tom. They can't sing like that. So you get a play-by-play announcer and a performer. Now, Tom and Keith might, or Tom and Steve might try to sing. They don't have the angelic pipes that Keith and I have. Hugh, I was going to include you in there, but there's a reason they call Keith and I the poor man's version of the Backstreet Boys. 1-0 count to Irvin as he takes one out of the zone, 2-0. That's what it is. 2 balls, no strikes as Irvin bats here in the bottom of the third. 6 home runs on the season for the Legends right fielder. That pitch out of the zone, make it 3-0. Smoother than drugstore cotton. I mean, that's a good one. You said that yesterday in the group chat, didn't you? K. Wood Ledford used that one. Okay. I always like the phrase "soft as Charmin." 3 balls, no strikes as Scott delivers one on the outside corner. 3-1 the count. Lexington on top, 4-0 here. Batting in the bottom of the third, looking for some more. Scott's 3-1 pitch to Phillip Irvin is going to be grounded down the line at third. Going to be a tough play for Sierra, and he can't make it. We'll see what Hugh Davis awards that. Base hit. And there's now 2 aboard for Montrell Marshall. So Tejeda at second base in scoring position. Good hustling from Phillip Irvin to get aboard. 2 on for Montrell Marshall. First pitch to Marshall, going to be grounded over to Sierra. This time, much easier plays. He's able to field it and just step on the bag. Eventually, there you go, with velocity. And that'll be the third out of the inning for the Wild Health Genomes as we go to the fourth. Legends still on top, however, 4-0 on the Legends YouTube channel. After a busy ending to the bottom of the third for Sierra defensively, he'll come up to bat here in the top of the fourth with his team down 4-0. David LeBron still in the game for the Lexington Legends, holding on to that 4-0 lead. It's Sierra, Shaw, and Davis, the 3-4-5 part of the order here, due up for the Wild Health Genomes. Sierra awaiting the pitch. He'll swing through. A big rip, but can't make contact. And the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. A lot of firepower in this Genomes lineup. So even with a 4-0 lead, no lead is really safe when you got the kind of bats this team can put out there. Sierra will get a ball. It is. I don't know if he slipped or if that was a plan for him to kind of slide as he rounded first. There's a smile. He must have been goofing around with Tejeda over at first base. Either way, it's a base hit for the Genomes third baseman. And the Genomes have a leadoff man aboard. Second hit of the ball game for the Genomes. As Chris Shaw now digs in. Tejeda holding Sierra on at first as Shaw takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. Chris Davis in the on-deck circle for the Genomes. Former home run king up in the big leagues. We'll talk more about him when he comes to the dish. Shaw swings through for strike 2. Chris Shaw, a .283 average this season for the Genomes. His first year in this uniform, 8 home runs, 31 RBI, and batting here with his team down 4-0. LeBron's pitch comes up short. As the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. LeBron checks on Sierra at first, and the 1-2 coming inside to Shaw. Make the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chris Shaw, 28 years of age, was drafted 31st overall back in the 2015 draft by the San Francisco Giants, played at Boston College, and is now a member of the Wild Health Genomes. Awaits the 2-2, a high pop up down the third baseline. Marshall giving it a chase, and Montreal will make the catch in foul territory for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Davis back to the plate. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat. This man right here was drafted by the Washington Nationals in the 29th round of the 2006 MLB June Amateur Draft. Had 48 home runs in 2018 as a member of the Oakland A's. Hit 42 home runs in 2016, 43 in 2017, and that 48 a career high in the league-leading 48 home runs in 2018. Had 123 RBI that season. And that is a huge addition for the Genomes here as they try to make a run in the second half of the season. Some big names on these two teams. Davis's hit going to drop down in front of Courtney Hawkins, and the Genomes have 2 on with 1 down here in the 4th. So even at 34 years of age, Chris Davis showing he can still get the job done. And that'll bring up Felix P.A. to the plate. P.A. struck out swinging in his last AB. Shaw, Davis, and P.A. came to the plate in the second inning, all of them down on strikes. P.A. did not like that one. Dropped the bat. One and 0 to PA, and a swing and a miss. I'll make it 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down here in the inning. Over at second base is Moises Sierra. At first, Chris Davis for the Genomes. PA will hit one hard into right field. Irvin backing up and will play it off the wall. Sierra coming around, and Tejada might have had a play at the plate. He cut it off. Might have had a play at the plate as Sierra slides in to score the run. First time tonight the Genomes have come across the plate. And an RBI single for PA that also moves over Chris Davis to third. Pitch outside, ball 1. As Chase Velo now comes to the plate with a chance to cut into that deficit even more. Runner at third is Chris Davis. At first, Felix P.A. Swing and a miss will make it 1 ball, 1 strike. Velo facing off versus LeBron, and a big at-bat here for the Genomes. A chance to cut into that deficit even more, and Velo will foul off another pitch to make it 0-2. LeBron 6 strikeouts in the ball game. He's pitched well, but in a mini jam at the moment. Tying run at the plate for the Wild Health Genomes, and the count 1-2 to Chase Velo. LeBron will check on the runner at first. He'll glance over to the runner at third. And the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and two the count to Chase Velo. LeBron checks on the runner at first. And the 2-2. Full count. So 2 down in the inning with Velo going down. 7 strikeouts in the game now for LeBron. One 1-0 count to Anderson Miller. As LeBron's pitch swung on and missed, the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Two on for Anderson Miller. LeBron will get the sign, and the pitch is up high and make it 2 balls and a strike. Two and one to Miller with 2 runners in scoring position. A big swing and a miss as the count now evened up at 2-2. So a 3-run lead for the Lexington Legends now, but the tying run at the plate for the Genomes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. LeBron gets the sign from Estrada, and the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and the inning comes to an end. 8 strikeouts now for David LeBron. A big game for the Legends pitcher. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. And a 3-run lead still intact for the Legends on the Legends YouTube channel. Geraldo will lead things off for the Legends. 8-9-1. Coming up to the plate for Lexington here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And a first pitch called strike one. Oh, 1 count to Geraldo. Another pitch out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Robbie Scott on the mound for the Genomes. Hanging in there here in the 5th. Or the 4th, excuse me. Geraldo will ground one over to Melbauer, and one shortstop will ground out to the other for the first out of the inning. So Rushmere Estrada will come to the plate. First pitch taken for strike one. Estrada 0 for 1 on the day, struck out swinging his first time up. Scott, pitch that swung on to make it 0-2. Boog Powell in the on-deck circle with one down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 0-2 as Estrada tries to get aboard versus Scott. The 0-2 pitch is outside now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Legends with that 4-1 lead, but you just get that sense that this game is way, way, way from being over. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch is going to be grounded into left field, and the first hit for Rusmer Estrada in a Legends uniform is now in the books with a single in the left field. Now 1 on, 1 down for Boog Powell, who's been aboard both times that he's come to the plate tonight. Powell will face off against Estrada as Robbie Scott delivers, and Powell will ground it over to third. Sierra coming up throwing, and Boog Powell with a bunt single. Therein lies the threat of Boog Powell, as the bunt single puts the Legends now with a pair of runners aboard for the legend himself, Brandon Phillips. Check out this replay here. Powell just lays it down. Showed no signs that he was going to lay down that bunt, and perfectly executed for the Legends center fielder as he's aboard for the 3rd time in this ball game. So that brings up Brandon Phillips to the plate, a ground out to second base and a grounder over to short, and the 2 ABs for Phillips tonight. BP 0-2 in the ball game, but a chance to potentially add some insurance runs for his team. Instead, he'll ground into an inning double play. Sierra will field it, step on the bag, throw over to first to Chris Shaw. And the inning comes to an end. Legends threatening there, but good defense by Sierra as you see him step on the bag and throw it over for the 5-3 double play. So we go to the 5th. Still a 4-1 lead for the Lexington Legends. Broadcasting live at Wild Health Field here on the Legends YouTube channel. We go to the 5th inning with the Legends on top 4-1, and Clayton Melbauer leading things off for the Wild Health Genomes. Melbauer with a 1-ball, 1-strike count as he faces off against David LeBron here in the top of the 5th inning. Legends with that 4-1 lead. 3 hits, 1 run for the Genomes. 5 hits, 4 runs for the Legends. LeBron's pitch grounded over to Marshall at third. He'll come up throwing and get the speedy Melbauer at first for out number 1. So that'll bring up Teodoro Martinez. Martinez 0 for 1 with the walk. He walked his last time up. Flew out to center field his first time around. So the 0 for 1 start to the ball game with the walk. As Martinez bats here in the 5th inning, his team trailing at 4-1. LeBron's pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Martinez tonight again, the 0 for 1, but Teodoro struggling this season, batting just .217. Time is called. Teodoro this year has appeared in 24 games coming into this series. 19 hits and 85 at-bats, so just struggling to find some consistency. Does have 5 home runs, so 5 home runs in those 19 hits. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Genomes left fielder. Martinez takes one up in the zone. Now 2 balls and a strike. Legends 4, Genomes 1. Batting here in the top of the 5th inning is Teodoro Martinez. Pitch on the outside corner makes it 2-2. Lexington trying to get their first win of the series. Losing 4 straight here between Monday night and yesterday afternoon. This one grounded over to Marshall as well. He'll throw over to get Martinez. Back-to-back ground outs to Montrell Marshall by Melbauer and Martinez. So 2 down in the top of the 5th. Phillips will get in there as Paredes on the very first pitch he sees of the at-bat. Pops one up, and BP right there to haul it in as the inning comes to an end. David LeBron, another excellent pitching inning. He goes 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 5th and gets 3 really good batters out. So we'll go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Legends 4, Genomes still with just that 1 run across here on the Legends YouTube channel. Heading into the bottom of the sixth, Hawkins back up to lead things off, followed up by Tejeda and Pugh. Courtney led off in the bottom of the third inning, struck out looking. And the first pitch he sees here is popped up into the air and about to be hauled in by Anderson Miller for the first out of the inning. So Tejeda bats in the bottom of the fifth with one down and nobody on, and a 4-1 lead for the Legends. Good pitching from David LeBron, timely hitting, and good defense behind him as well from Tejeda and the likes of Montrell Marshall. Brandon Phillips making some good defensive plays. Legends that 3-run lead here in the fifth. Scott will deliver one on the outside corner as the count jumps to a ball and a strike. Legends and the Genomes, your two teams here in Lexington. Tejeda, 11 home runs, 39 RBI, 3 home runs in this series already. Had 2 Monday, 1 on Tuesday. Got 1 down and a 2-ball, 1-strike count to the Legends first baseman. In the on-deck circle is Tillman Pugh, as the pitch comes across the plate to even things up at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Tejeda. Robbie Scott with the pitch, and Veloth and Scott both thought it was going to be strike 3. Instead, the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Scott will settle back in on the mound as the payoff pitch coming from Scott, and it'll be fouled off. Stay 3-2. Count still full as Scott will get the sign from below, and once again, the payoff pitch. Tejeda in the left field. That one's going back. Martinez going back with it, but it will go over the wall, and the hot series for Tejeda will continue. Home run number 4 since Monday. Home run number 12 on the season, and the lead now 4 for the Legends as they jump in front 5-1. Tejeda has just been on fire. Check this one out. Martinez gave it a chase, but he knew it as it goes over the wall in left center field. Nice, strong piece of hitting from Tejeda. 4 home runs in this series for the Legends first baseman, and the lead now 5-1. So Pugh takes strike 2. He's quickly behind. No balls, 2 strikes. After the home run from Tejeda, his 4th of the series and 12th of the year. It's a 5-1 lead for the Legends as they bat here in the bottom of the fifth. Scott's pitch is going to miss, but barely, as Pugh shows a good eye. Pugh's over 2 today. He struck out swinging and flew out to Shaw at first base. That was his last time up at the plate. 1-2. As Pugh awaits, and a grounder over to Melbauer. Going to be a tough play at first. And quickly over to Shaw, out of the hand of Melbauer to get the second out of the inning. Now it's Phillip Ervin coming to the plate. Legends right fielder, 1 for 2. The fly out to right center field and a single over to third. Last time up to bat, had that little soft dribbler that went in the direction of Moises Sierra at third base, and Ervin was able to beat out the throw at the bag at first for that base hit. Ervin swings through here for strike one. 0-1 for the Legends right fielder, batting here in the bottom of the fifth in a 5-1 lead. Ervin again on the outside corner. Pitch delivered by Scott, and Ervin can't make contact as it goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Phillip Ervin. Another pitch outside. This time, Ervin does not offer up at it, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Ervin's pitch, or Ervin will ground the pitch over to second base, and Jimmy Paredes will come up throwing for the out. So Hawkins, Pugh, and Ervin all go down in the 5th inning, but sandwiched in between all of that, a solo home run by Tejeda. And the Legends extend the lead. It's now 5-1 as we go to the 6th, broadcasting a Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. See if David LeBron can keep it going, as he's pitched well thus far. As the rain starts to drop here at Wild Health Field, it's a ball and a strike to Moises Sierra. This one going to be dribbled right through the middle for a base hit. Sierra aboard once again. Montrell Marshall Chris Shaw will come to the plate, looking at their own lineup there. So Shaw comes to the plate after an 0-for-2 start. He struck out swinging and flew out to Marshall at third base. Marshall made that catch in foul territory the last time Shaw was at the plate. This one's popped up. It'll stay in play in the infield, and Brandon Phillips will call off Geraldo to make the catch. So one down here in the 6th inning. It's crazy how Brandon Phillips can make just a routine pop-up entertaining, but he did it just there. Hauling that one in kind of behind his head. One down in the 6th. One on for Chris Davis. 1 for 2 tonight in his first 2 at-bats in a Genomes uniform. This one's heading back behind home plate. Fouled off for strike one. 0-1 count to Davis. One down in the 6th for the Genomes, down 5-1 to the Lexington Legends here, and David LeBron, a big reason for that. LeBron has been magnificent on the mound tonight. 0-1. And this one's fouled off. Davis, just like that, behind 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 6th inning here at Wild Health Field. Legends looking for a win to kind of right the ship, not only against the Genomes, but here in the second half of the season, trying to get their first win in the 3rd game of the second half of the year. The 0-2 pitch gets outside. They'll throw down and almost getting Sierra, who dances around over at first. Tejeda hit him where you don't want to hit him. Sierra kind of doubled over there and shares a laugh with the Legends first baseman. You know, when these two teams are here against each other for a 5-game series, you got to know that there's going to be some camaraderie and some hanging out between the two clubs. Even though there is that rivalry there, Davis will go down swinging, and LeBron gets another strikeout. Nine strikeouts now for David LeBron, who's got a 6.46 ERA. He has continued to work that number down here in this game. A nice outing through 5 2/3 innings, 88 pitches for LeBron. As this one's grounded over to Geraldo, it's short, and he'll throw over to Tejeda to end the inning. Felix P.A. will ground out. Inning comes to an end. Legends still holding on to the 5-1 lead. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning here at Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Montrell Marshall will bat for the Legends. To lead off in the bottom of the sixth, the 5-1 lead. It's Marshall, followed up by Geraldo and Estrada, the 7, 8, 9, bottom of the order here coming up for the Legends. And to make sure that door is closed in right field. Robbie Scott hanging in there for the Genomes. Scott will deliver a pitch outside, ball one. Scott, 93 pitches thus far. He's got 4 strikeouts. Swing through from Marshall to count 1-1. Rouse tonight, 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 of those earned. He's got 3 walks, struck out 4, and given up 2 home runs, 1 to Hawkins and 1 to Tejeda. 1-0 count to Marshall. He'll ground it deep in the hole to Melbauer. He'll stop it, but won't be able to field it. And an error on the shortstop for the Genomes. So 1 on for the Legends. Montrell Marshall aboard. And Manuel Geraldo will come to the plate. Geraldo, the shortstop, batting .267. On the season is Geraldo. Marshall gets his lead off of first. With Estrada in the on-deck circle. 1 on, nobody down for the Legends. And a swing and a miss by Geraldo for strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count to Geraldo. Scott delivers 1, and Geraldo into right center field. That'll be a base hit. It'll get to the wall. Marshall going to be held up at third, and a double for Geraldo following the error by Melbauer will put 2 aboard for the Legends for Estrada. Could be a big inning coming up here for Lexington. With Estrada coming to the plate now, and then the top of the order to follow. Second time tonight that Geraldo has been able to reach base. Got aboard via the error of Scott back in the second inning. Estrada 1 for 2 in his first 2 at-bats in the Legends uniform, with the strikeout in the second inning and that single to left field back in the fourth. Infield coming in here. As Robbie Scott will deliver a pitch. That swung on and missed for strike 1. Boog Powell in the on-deck circle. Legends with a 5-1 lead and threatening to add to it. You know what Andy Shea and the family have done putting these teams together, adding in the Charleston Dirty Birds. You've got 3 really good teams here in the AALPB, giving these guys a chance to try to work their way up or back up to the big leagues. Estrada will swing through for strike 2. It's 0-2 to the Legends catcher. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. Outside now, 1-2. Good eye by Estrada to let that one go by. As you normally see, the 0-2 count like that. Pitcher trying to get the batter to chase one out of the zone. Good eye by Estrada. 1-2 to the Legends catcher. And the bat boy will hustle back across to the Legends dugout. One and two. The pitch from Scott. Inside corner, Estrada down looking. Second time tonight, Estrada will go down via the strikeout. We make our way back to the top of the order. David Blevins got us tuned in. Wants to give his girlfriend Joanna a birthday shout out. So happy birthday to Joanna. Also want to say hello to my friend Michael Higginbotham, got us tuned in tonight. Recovering from some surgery, so I want to say get well soon to the Hickster. Michael Higginbotham got us tuned in tonight as well on the Legends YouTube channel. Got a pitching change for the Genomes as Robbie Scott's night is done with one down in the bottom of the sixth. So when the new pitcher warms up, we'll keep it right here and hang out on the Legends YouTube channel. So Guzman will come into the game for the Wild Health Genomes and replacing Robbie Scott. Scott pitched well, give up those 2 home runs, couple of errors by his defense, 1 by him. Not aiding in the fact that the Legends now have a pair of runners aboard with 1 down, 2 guys in scoring position, Marshall at third, at second base. It's Geraldo. So Guzman with a pitch. Up in the zone, Boog Powell looks up and we'll watch it go by. 1-0 count. Chester Brown got us tuned in, says, hi, this game is good. So thanks, Chester. We appreciate you joining us on the Legends YouTube channel. 1 ball, no strikes to Powell with 2 on and 1 down. Guzman's pitch inside, and it's now a 2-0 count. Two balls and no strikes. Boog Powell with a chance to drive in a pair of runs. 3.01 average for Powell. He's hit really well tonight. Been aboard all 3 times. Couple of base hits and a walk. Came in to score a run on that Courtney Hawkins 2-run blast back in the first inning. That pitch swung on and missed. As the count now 2 balls and a strike. Good pitch by Guzman as Powell went up in the zone after it. Guzman's ERA under 2, a 2-1 record for the Genomes relief pitcher. He has been a guy that they can rely to when going to the pen. The 2-1 on the outside corner. Powell with a nod to the home plate umpire, something he did not give Darnell Ray on Tuesday night. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Guzman will get the sign. And the 2-2. Powell down swinging for the second out of the inning. For the first time tonight, the Legends leadoff man will not reach base. So now it's BP. Brandon Phillips coming to the plate, a 194 average during his short time playing for the Legends this season. Phillips a chance here to kind of break out of his own mini slump and drive in a couple of insurance runs for the home team. Guzman's first pitch to Phillips is swung on and missed for strike 1 as that one snuck under the bat of the former Cincinnati Red, BP. Brandon Phillips, a legend in his own right, playing for the Legends and playing for his brother PJ, who's the manager of this Legends baseball team. 0-1 count to BP as Guzman gets the sign, and then Velo calls time behind the plate. Guzman's 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed again. So Guzman with a pair of swings and misses from Brandon Phillips. And the count now 0-2. Marshall and Geraldo aboard for the Legends. And Phillips, did he go around? Check swing? He did not. First base umpire with the no-go signal, and Phillips stays alive with a now 1-ball, 2-strike count in favor of Guzman. 2 down, 2 on in the bottom of the 6th here live on the Legends YouTube channel. Michael Watkins here with you on the call. Glad to have you along if you're watching us on the YouTube stream. The 1-2. And Phillips will drive in 1. Geraldo going to try to come in to score, and he will do so. 2 RBIs for Brandon Phillips. And it's now a 7-1 lead for the home team. So Phillips aboard, breaking the ice with his, again, mini slump. Check out the replay here. Perfectly placed by BP over the second baseman Paredes for the Genomes. And that brings Hawkins back to the plate. Rain coming down pretty steadily now at the ballpark. With Phillips aboard for the Legends. Guzman will set and deliver, and Hawkins will foul off the first pitch for strike 1. The Hawk had that 2-run blast back in the first inning that gave the Legends that early lead, but since then has grounded out, has struck out looking and then flown out to center field in his last 2 at-bats, back in the 3rd and 5th innings. Now here in the 6th, batting with a chance to drive in Brandon Phillips. BP's got enough speed he can get around from first base if Hawkins can get one into a gap. That one's hit hard, but going the wrong way. It'll get back behind home plate and behind the big league roofing roofs here at the stadium. Make sure to visit our friends Big League Roofing online. Like them on Facebook to find out more about Big League Roofs. Good shot there of Chris Shaw and Brandon Phillips. A couple of big leaguers back in their day. Chris Shaw, just 28 years of age, and the veteran Phillips there with him. Hawkins will go down swinging as the inning comes to an end. Hawkins now 1 for 4 in the ball game, but the Legends have a 6-run lead following the 2 RBI single from Brandon Phillips. We go to the 7th, and the advantage lies in the hands of the home team here on the Legends YouTube channel. Swing and a miss from Chase Velo as he gears up here to face Winston Lavendier, new pitcher in for the Legends. How about the game from David LeBron and impressive performance from him, in line to get the victory tonight for the Legends. If Lavendier and the rest of the relief staff can come in and secure this victory. Lavendier pitched really well Tuesday night, only pitched 1 inning. But came in and was able to close the door on the Genomes. Velo will swing through as the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Chase, the catcher tonight, 9 home runs on the season, 226 average, and 22 RBI. That pitch right down the middle. Lavendier will strike out Velo, looking another strikeout for a Legends pitcher. Velo struck out his last time up as well back in the 4th, and strikes out here to begin the 7th. Now to bring up Anderson Miller. Miller 0 for 2 with a 262 average and a 778 OPS, 3 home runs on the season. Lavendier falls behind 1-0. Winston, the lefty, has pitched really well this season for the Legends, a 3.68 ERA. Lefty-lefty matchup with Miller, and the 1-0 pitch out of the zone as well, make it 2 balls, no strikes. Melbauer in the on-deck circle. The 7, 8, 9 part of the order was the part due up here for the Genomes, so a change for Lavendier to come in and face the bottom half of the lineup. Pitch up in the zone, 3 balls, no strikes. Rain continuing to drop here at Wild Health Field. Saw this same thing Tuesday night with the rain coming down late in the contest. Pitch on the outside corner. Lavendier will get the strike call as Miller now sees the count go to 3 balls and a strike. Lavendier will get the sign. And a swing and a miss from Miller as the count goes from 3-0 now to 3 balls, 2 strikes, and a full count to the Genomes center fielder Anderson Miller. The payoff pitch. And Miller down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lavendier after coming in for LeBron, who struck out 9 himself, and Miller doesn't like the call. Arguing with the home plate umpire. For now, he is not going to be thrown out of this ball game, but had some words there with the home plate umpire as Clayton Melbauer now comes to the plate. Melbauer 1 for 2 in the ball game. He had the first hit of the game for the Genomes back in the 3rd inning, a double to right center field. That first pitch taken, ball 1. How about the pitching from David LeBron this evening? 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, and 9 strikeouts to drop his ERA to 6.32 on the season. That pitch coming up in the zone, make it 2 balls, no strikes. Martinez in the on-deck circle as the Genomes had the top of the order coming back up. You can really see the rain there dropping here at Wild Health Field. Some of the fans hanging in there, though, behind home plate. They have yet to seek shelter up here underneath the big league roofing roofs. That's true. Hugh Davis pointing out with the heat and the humidity we've had tonight, probably excited to see the raindrops here at the stadium this evening. 2 balls, 1 strike to Clayton Melbauer. Melbauer batting over 200 now, a 203 average. He's bumped that up here in this series alone. This one's popped up foul, and the count now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Legends 7, Genomes 1 here in the 7th inning. Genomes, but those 5 hits sprinkled throughout the first 6 2/3 innings, but nothing here in the 7th thus far. Lavendier trying to come in and close the door, but that pitch out of the zone, we'll see the count go full once again. Had a full count to Anderson Miller after a 3-0 start to the count, eventually struck out the Genome center fielder. Now a full count to the shortstop Melbauer. Lavendier will get the sign, and the payoff pitch is swung on and missed. Lavendier comes in for LeBron, who struck out 9, and he'll strike out the side in order. Down goes Velo, Miller, and Melbauer. And Lavendier helps preserve a 7-1 lead as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, broadcasting live on the Legends YouTube channel.
and scoring.
Scotty on a rundown, or is it? Tower hits this one. The rocket and diving catch.
They're going to throw home. He's safe. The throw to first. He's safe. Throw to first. And placed right at the second baseman. Wave us up one. Over to first. Double play. There's a little bouncer to second. No, stay in shape. This is a little bouncer. Going to be a tough play. And they lose it. And he's going to be safe. And the run's going to score. 2-2 pitch. Hit well. Hit deep. Hit high. It's fair. It's gone. Home run.
Tejeda in the game for the Legends. It's Tejeda, Pugh, and then Irvin. The 4, 5, and 6 part of the order here coming to the plate for the Lexington Legends. Who lead it 7-1 here in the bottom of the 7th, and a first pitch called strike for Tejeda. We're doing attendance number here. I'm going to say 7-15. It's everybody's favorite game. Guessing the attendance number. 7-15 is what I'm going with. Paid attendance for tonight's game. Good crowd on hand. Had the Field of Dreams. Oh, wow. I was way off. Doubled up my number. 1,593 your paid attendance for the game tonight at Wild Health Stadium. Wild Health Field, excuse me. Here at the Legends Ballpark, and the Genomes facing off in the finale of a 5-game stint here at the ballpark. 22nd overall meeting and a 15-6 advantage in this season series thus far between these two teams for the Genomes. 3 balls and a strike to Tejeda. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Genomes will have a couple of at-bats left, and we'll see if they can cut into a 6-run deficit. Did Tejeda go around? Not even close. As he'll coax the walk and get aboard with a leadoff walk to begin the inning. So that'll bring up Tillman Pugh to the plate, the Legends DH, who has struggled tonight. An 0-for-3 start to the game for Pugh. My favorite player by far. I love Tillman Pugh. Just last year, watching what he was able to do for the Legends, and was a big part of that championship team. I love the number 15. That was the number that I wore when I played sports. Was never as good as Pugh, as he'll ground out over to third here, and a good defensive effort by Sierra, showing off his glove. A ground out over to short. Pugh now 0-for-4, as Phillip Irvin now comes to the plate. It does move Tejeda into scoring position. Rain really coming down here at the ballpark. All these fans Still hanging out, though. They've come up here to the upper part of the stadium where the roof kind of covers them. The back 4 rows really covered by that big league roofing roof. So you got the Pepsi party deck with the roof on top of it as well. You got the shelter in left field. So some options to stay dry if you want to do so. But as we talked about in the last half inning, with the humidity and the heat that we've seen, you might want to enjoy some cold rain coming down on you. Irvin awaiting the 0-1, and he'll take one on the left shoulder. Hit by the pitch as Shakeen plunks him. And there's now 2 aboard for the Legends here in the 7th for Montrell Marshall. Moves Geraldo into the on-deck circle as Marshall comes to the plate. He's been aboard twice tonight with a walk and a reach on an error. Marshall's also grounded into a fielder's choice tonight as well. So 0 for 1. Officially through 3 at-bats for Montrell. And the Legends' third baseman bats here in the 7th with 2 aboard and 1 down. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Geraldo on the on-deck circle. Tejeda at second, and Irvin at first. Shakeen will get the sign from Chase Velo. And the pitch is inside. He did not go around. So 2-0 to Marshall. Shakeen delivers, and Marshall will swing through this pitch to make it 2 balls and a strike. Tejeda and Irvin on base for the Legends with 1 down here in the inning. Shakeen facing off versus Marshall. Hugh Davis did point something out to me in the middle innings there that I'd said this was actually the 3rd game of the second half of the season. It's actually just the 2nd game of the second half of the year. Shakeen's pitch grounded over to short. Melbauer will throw over to Paredes for 1. They'll throw over to Shaw for 2 to end the inning. And a 6-4-3 double play. We'll talk more about the second half of the season when we come back. Legends down by 6. Broadcasting live on the Legends YouTube channel. Leading off here in the innings, Teodoro Martinez for the Wild Health Genomes. The 1-2-3, top of the order coming up to the plate. Legends had a couple of runners on in that bottom of the 7th, but a ground into a double play helped in the inning as Lexington still holding on to that 6-run lead. That pitch right down the pipe as Jeff Johnson evens up the count, 1-1. Winston Lavendier, pretty good 1 inning of work for him tonight. Able to strike out the side in order. Legends have 12 strikeouts tonight. That pitch inside, 2-1 the count. Two balls and a strike to Martinez as Johnson sets and delivers. And Martinez doesn't like the strike call up in the zone. Chats a little bit with the home plate umpire, and the count evens up at 2-2. Trying to let the stat sheet here catch up with the live game here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Want to see where that pitch was at on the called strike 2. Johnson's 2-2 pitch outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Martinez did not go around. Yeah, that called strike 2 up in the zone according to the AtlanticLeague.com website. The stats here live and showing you the strike meter, the strike zone itself, and where the pitches come into it at. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Martinez takes one up high in the zone, and he'll coax the walk to get aboard for the Genomes. So 1 on, nobody out for Jimmy Paredes. Paredes batting .305 on the season, 8 home runs, 39 RBI, and .875 OPS, and playing at second base tonight for the Genomes. Paredes has played some third this series. He's been the DH 1 game, and he'll take a pitch out of the zone for ball 1. This Genomes lineup, folks, we talked about him. You got guys like Martinez, again, who's struggling this year with his average, but Paredes, Sierra, Shaw, now Chris Davis is thrown in the mix. PA, Velo, Luke Becker is not even in the lineup tonight. They have a ton of firepower. Carlos Castro, who's not in the lineup tonight. They got so many guys they can throw at you. A good mix of speed when you throw in the guys like Demetrius Moore, Anderson Miller, Melbauer, Cornett, all kinds of guys who can just cause damage for these Wild Health Genomes. This pitch going to be popped up and out of play, and the count 2 balls and a strike to Jimmy Paredes. Martinez, who's got good speed, gets his lead off of first. This pitch is popped up into left field. Hawkins will find it. I think, there it is. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Hawkins kind of dancing around for a minute till he was able to camp under it and haul in out number 1. So bring to the plate Moises Sierra. Over at first for the Genomes, Martinez still hanging out after that leadoff walk. Johnson will throw over, not going to be in time. One down in the 8th. And Jeff Johnson now facing off with Moises Sierra, batting .300 on the season. Pitch comes in. 1 ball, make it 2-0 the count. Sierra awaiting the pitch, and that one taken for a strike. Was talking earlier about the second half of the season. So Hugh Davis told me on Tuesday that it was the first game of the second half of the season. Now, I'm not here as much as Hugh, so being the gullible guy that I am, I bought his word for it. I took Hugh's word that that was going to be the first game of the second half of the season. So I was wrong in doing so. Hugh was wrong in telling me so. And yesterday was actually the first game of the second half of the season. So the Legends are 0-1 in the second half. The Genomes 1-0. Tonight's game could even the records up for both teams. Sierra awaiting Johnson's pitch, and it swung on and missed for strike 2. I'm going to see if Hughes right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes is what he has on the board. I think it's a full count. We'll see. 2 balls, 2 strikes is what Hugh has. That's what I'll go with. Johnson's pitch. Down in the dirt, and he was right. It was 2-2. Now it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. So a full count to Moises Sierra. 1 down here in the top of the 8th inning. The Legends and the Genomes. Johnson's pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3 as Sierra will go down swinging. So now it's Chris Shaw coming to the plate. Shaw played 72, had 72 at-bats in his MLB career. 1 home run, 7 RBI, hit just 153 up in the big leagues. But now a big piece of this Genomes team. He'll ground over to Brandon Phillips, who will flip it over to Geraldo to end the inning with the force out. Legends still in commanding lead. 7-1 as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Lexington way out in front of this one. See if they can hold on to it here when we come back on the Legends YouTube channel. Robbie Ross set to come in the game for the Wild Health Genomes. As the Legends will send to the plate Geraldo, Estrada, and Powell, the 8, 9, and 1 part of the order. First pitch to Geraldo, taken for strike one. This one taken out of the zone, so a ball and a strike. To Manuel Geraldo. Legends with a 7-1 lead, looking to add maybe some insurance runs here. Pitch is fouled off. Count 1-2. One ball, two strikes to Geraldo. Manuel leading off here in the bottom of the 8th. That pitch out of the zone, make it 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's reached tonight on an error back in the 2nd inning and a double to right center field back in the 6th. This one going to be grounded over to Melbauer at short, and for the 2nd time tonight, Geraldo has grounded out to his shortstop counterpart. This one for the first out of the inning. So bottom of the 8th, Estrada bats. Tonight 1 for 3 with a single to left field back in the 4th inning, bookended by a pair of strikeouts. One swing and one looking for Rochebear in his first appearance in the Legends uniform. That's a big rip and a miss as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. The 1-1. Up in the zone, 2 balls, 1 strike. Manuel Geraldo grounded out to Melbauer for the first out of the inning. So the base is empty for Estrada. Robbie Ross with the 2-1 and a swing and a miss to make it 2 balls, 2 strikes, evening up the count to the Legends catcher. See if I can get you some of these guys that are here in front of us having some fun with Ross. This one's going to be grounded down the third baseline. Two the count to Estrada, and his first start with the Legends has done well at the plate. Been a little bit tricky behind the plate. When you're making your first appearance with the team, you got to kind of get used to the guys on the mound. Estrada struggled early in the game with LeBron, who started the game for the Legends, but I think the way LeBron pitched tonight, he might want Estrada back behind the plate every game he's up there. Had 9 strikeouts in the game, allowing just that 1 earned run. Strikeout by Robbie Ross puts 2 out, and Boog Powell now coming to the plate. Powell been on base 3 times tonight. First pitch up in the zone, ball 1. He walked in the first, had a 2 RBI single in the 2nd inning, and a bunt single to third in the 4th before striking out in the 6th. So 2 for 3 day for Powell with the walk. The 1-0 count. Popped down the left field line. That one not even going to be close to Teodoro Martinez. Legends looking to go 1-1 in the second half of the year officially. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a pitch. Grounded off the foot of Powell, so it will be a strike and the count 1-2. Robbie Ross with the 1 strikeout of Estrada just a moment ago. Powell taking one. It was close. And this fan, he got an Aaron Judge jersey on, back behind home plate, about 5 or 6 rolls up into the bleachers. 2-2 the count to Powell. Rouse's pitch is going to be fouled off by Boog. Two and two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 2-2 pitch. Powell lets it go by, and the count now full. Payoff pitch coming to Powell from Robbie Ross. Lefty-lefty matchup, and Powell will get the walk. Second time tonight that Boog Powell has reached via the walk. Legends leadoff man has now been on base 4 times tonight. Pair of walks and a pair of base hits for Powell, along with a strikeout. So now it's Brandon Phillips. As you can see, the rain continuing to fall. At first is Boog Powell, who's got good speed. Obviously, with Phillips at the plate. A couple of RBIs already in the game for Phillips. If he can get one into a gap, Powell might be able to come in and score an insurance run here in the 8th. And the fan in the Aaron Judge uniform, or jersey, breaking down the moves here in the 8th inning. That's a called strike, and Phillips behind 0-2. 0-2 to the Legends second baseman, Brandon Phillips. Robbie Ross with the 0-2 pitch, and Phillips will ground it over to Paredes. Jimmy will flip it over to Shaw at first to end the inning. Legends 7, Genomes 1. We go to the 9th. Genomes need 6 to extend the ball game. We'll see who the Legends bring in to try to get the victory and close this thing out when we come back on the Legends YouTube channel. Chris Davis back at the plate with a 2-0 count for the Genomes. Got to score 6 this inning if they want to keep this game alive. Davis, a good guy to have up there in his first game for the Genomes. Swings through, and the count goes to 2-1. Austin Adams in the game for the Legends. Adams was in relief on Tuesday night in the top of the 9th inning when the game kind of got away from the Legends against the Genomes. 2-1. Inside, the pitch taken, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Davis 1 for 3 in his Genomes debut with a pair of strikeouts. Both of them swinging. And a pair of strikes here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch down and away, running the count full. 3-2 as Estrada tosses it back out to his pitcher. And it's a full count. 3-2 to Chris Davis, former Oakland A, had 48 home runs for the A's one season, leading the MLB. And he'll go down swinging for the 3rd time tonight as Austin Adams will get him. It was 2018 when Davis hit the 48 home runs. Had 123 RBI that season. Hit 247 for the Oakland A's. He had 3 straight years of 40 or more home runs. So for him to be here in Lexington with the Wild Health Genomes, a big deal for this team at the age of 34. Felix PA now comes to the plate. 1 down. Genomes working with now just 2 outs to get these 6 runs if they want to push this game along. And a pitch up in the zone and outside for ball 1 to PA. Appreciate you tuning us in here on the Legends YouTube channel. This game winding down in the 9th. Legends 2 outs away from securing the victory, and PA sees the count go to 1-1. Michael Watkins here with you on the Legends YouTube channel. Steve Tressler will have the weekend series for you. Another pitch out of the zone, and Austin Adams sees the count go to 2 balls and a strike. I'll be back Tuesday night. Two and 1 to PA. And a pitch outside, 3 balls and a strike. So the Legends trying to get out here with a victory. Would put them at 1-1 again in the second half of the season. Last year, the Legends were the division champions in the first half of the year, and then kind of coasted through the second half of the season. Saw some lineup changes throughout that second half of the year. Really came on late. Now PA arguing balls and strikes with the home plate umpire, and it's a full count to the Genomes right fielder. A little altercation there, but everybody has said their piece, and we'll get back to work with a 3-ball, 2-strike count to Felix PA. Adams' pitch is going to be popped up and foul. Count stays full. Good crowd on hand again tonight. Over 1,500 people in attendance, almost 1,600 to watch the Legends and the Genome square off and bark in the park. And Thirsty Thursday. Payoff pitch to PA down in the dirt, and that'll be ball 4. So Adams will walk a runner, or walk a batter to put 1 on. Carlos Castro, who just came into the game the last half inning, will come to the plate for the Genomes. Came in and replaced Chase Velo there in the 8th inning. Ball down on the dirt for Castro as he gets ahead in the count 1-0. One ball, no strikes to Castro. Adams' pitch down on the dirt again. Not sure if he's trying to go low and see if Castro will ground into an inning and what would be a game-inning double play. Two balls, no strikes. Adams with the pitch. And that one's a called strike. 3-1 the count to Carlos Castro, who's batting .321 on the season. 6 home runs, 33 RBI for the catcher. You know, he and Chase Flo made for a pretty good pairing behind the plate. You throw in Dalton Cornet at times to fill in. Cornet can play a couple of different positions for the Genomes. Castro will pop one up that looks playable. Adams and Estrada and Tejeda all around it, and Estrada will let it fall. P.J. Phillips coming out of the dugout asking what was the deal there as the ball drops. And the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count to Castro with 1 down here in the inning. PA at first for the Genomes. Austin Adams will get the sign and the payoff pitch. He's going to be grounded over to third. Marshall will throw to second in time to get PA and to get the lead runner. They called a foul ball? And plate umpire says let's come back to the plate and do it all over again. Let's check out the replay here. And Marshall did field it foul, but it looked like it might have carried him into foul territory after coming over from where he was standing at when the ball was dribbled down the third base line. Rain still falling, but at a much lighter pace now here at the ballpark. So once again, a full count. The 3-2 to Castro. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 as Adams gets the strikeout. Genomes down to their final out, and it's Anderson Miller coming to the dish. Tonight, Miller playing in center field for the Genomes. Striking out in all 3 of his at-bats. A pair looking, one swinging for the former Lafayette General, a Lexington product here in his high school days. He'll ground one over to Geraldo, who cannot field it cleanly. An E6 on Manuel Geraldo, the first error of the game for the Legends. And just when we thought it might be a routine fielder's choice to end the ball game, Clayton Melbauer will come to the plate with a chance to continue the game and continue the inning. Melbauer back at the Mendoza line, batting .200 on the season. And out at third, second, or first will end it. Austin Adams will get the sign and the first pitch up in the zone to Melbauer as the count goes to 1-0. Lexington with a 7-1 lead, 1 out away from closing the door. The Genomes scored their 1 run in the top of the 4th inning. Lexington 2 runs in the 1st, 2nd, 1 run in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and this one's popped up into center field. Boogpal is there to haul it in, and the Legends get the victory. They're off the schneid and end a 4-game losing streak in this series alone to the Wild Health Genomes. Your final score, Legends 7, the Genomes 1 here at Wild Health Field. The win for David LeBron, a couple of home runs for the Legends, a 2-run shot for Courtney Hawkins, a solo home run for Tejeda, and Lexington gets the victory and goes to 1-1 in the second half of the year. We'll see if this is a sign of things to come for the Legends. The pitching was good, timely hitting, and timely good defense as well to help secure a victory for the home team. 7-1 your final score. For all of us up here in the booth, folks, Steve Tressler will be back on the call with you tomorrow night. Is Gastonia tomorrow on their way back into town to face the Genomes? I believe that's what we've got. Nope, it's the Legends tomorrow back at home. So Steve will have the call for you then. Until then, I'll be back on Tuesday night, folks. Hope you have a good, safe weekend, and we'll see you next time at Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel.